Some people are saying that Drake killed XxXTentacion. Some people are saying that he faked his death. Let's hear why. There's a lot of people right now saying that Drake had X killed. Real quick, if you haven't, click that subscribe button, smash that bell, and murder that like button. Let's get back to this. Now stay tuned to the end of this video, because we're going to talk about the one thing that just happened that kind of blew my mind, and I'm like, wait a second, did he really fake his death? So if you didn't know, there's a rapper named XxXTentacion. We're going to call him X again. X was driving recently, a couple weeks ago, with a friend in Florida. In broad daylight, someone came up and killed him. 6 shots. So, here's what they're saying. Let's go back a little bit. Let's go back. So Drake and X used to be really good friends. Then they had a really bad beef. A lot of Twitter battles, you know, calling each other out, stuff like that. Well, supposedly they squashed the beef. The thing is, Drake let X know some information, some secrets that he didn't want to get out. X knew that these secrets were big and could possibly help his career and possibly ruin Drake's career. X and Drake have beef. X and Drake squash beef. X tells Drake about this idea he has for a video, where in the video, X would be giving out all kinds of money to pedestrians and just people in need on the streets. Drake loved this idea. And we have the video, God's Plan, where Drake goes around giving money to poor people, homeless people, and people in need on the streets. This upset X greatly. So much so that he let a friend, Pusha T, in on a little bit of the secrets. Here's where it gets a little dark. So, Pusha T is another rapper. So Pusha T released a diss track on Drake where he talks about some of the secrets that X told him, like Drake having a secret kid that nobody knew about. Drake was not happy about this. And shortly after the diss track was released, X posted on his Snapchat, "If anyone kills me, it's Drake. I'm snitching right now." What? What? And then a few weeks later, he's murdered in broad daylight. Now, people are saying that the reason why this happened, so X had more information on Drake, and he needed to use X as an example for being a snitch. So what he did, he hired someone to look for that car that X was in, find him, and kill him in broad daylight to make it look like it was a mugging or a robbery or something like that. Or maybe even somebody who didn't like X due to his past, problems he had, his controversies. I mean, it makes sense. I'm not saying it did happen. I'm just saying that all is pretty crazy. It's crazy to think that that could happen. Stuff like that happens in real life all the time. Not saying that this is real, but if it is, Drake took YOLO to a whole new level. What do you think? Do you think it's possible that Drake did this? Comment down below. Let me know what you think. Do you know any other facts that I didn't include in this? Let me know. We'll discuss this. Now we're going to talk about the people who think that X is really alive. Now again, make sure you stay to the end of this video, because the last thing I just learned before filming this, boom, I was shook, bro. Like, seriously, what? So here's how it goes. The media releases X has been shot. A friend of a friend, who also has a big presence on social media, says, "Don't worry, guys. I just talked to X's best friend. They're fine. They're back at the crib." They're what? They're back at the crib? But media is saying that, he's dead. Also, TMZ said that the shooting happened and X was in critical condition. But according to the video, X was dead on sight. They checked his pulse. He'd been shot 6 times. He was dead. If he was in critical condition, don't you think we would have heard about that? Now, friends are saying that X had an obsession with Tupac and his faking of his own death. So Tupac, basically, he was obsessed with this artist called Machiavelli. Machiavelli faked his death and became more famous. Tupac later took over the persona of Machiavelli, releasing albums under Machiavelli before he was killed in the middle of the street. Killed in the middle of the street. Alright, so listen to this. So, people are saying X believed that Tupac is still alive so much that he wanted to prove that you can fake your own death and get away with it and profit off of it, just like people think Tupac did. So what he did was he hired someone to murder him. He hired someone to shoot the video showing he was dead, and he paid the police to, report that he was dead, faking his death. That's why during his funeral, there were no cameras allowed, and it was only close and personal friends, because he had to let them know he wasn't really dead. That's what people are saying, not me, people. So the difference between X and Tupac is, some are saying that X is going to come back. He's going to shock the world like he always does. He's a shock rapper. He does a lot of shocking things in his music and in his personal life. So why? I mean, faking your death, that's not too far from what he's capable of. Not saying he isn't dead. So here's another thing: when Tupac was murdered, Tupac had a nice fan base, but as soon as he was killed, he had a huge fan base, bigger than normal. He kept releasing albums and kept selling tons of records because people wanted to hear what he had to say after death. X's new album is called The Pulse. As in, pulse. They checked his pulse to see if he was dead, right? Well, maybe this album is his resurrection. So, here's the theory. X creates this idea where he's going to fake his death, then release The Pulse. People are going to listen to it. Tons of people who hated X because of his past, want to hear his message and want to hear what his last thing was that he had to say. So, sell a ton of records, come back, boom. Everyone's like, what? He's still alive? Oh my gosh. And here's the part that I just found out that had me a little shook and kind of questioning this whole thing. Right before X was murdered, he signed a $10 million record deal. $10 million. Did he get paid first? Because if he got paid, maybe he just took the money and he's living with Tupac. What do you guys think? Comment down below. Let me know what you think about this. Is there anything that you've read or seen that I missed? Comment down below. Let's talk about it. I want to know what your thoughts are on this. I'm going to start taking people's comments and I'm going to post them at the end of these videos. Some of my favorites from my last few videos were these ones. And again, if you haven't, please click that subscribe button. Don't forget to smash that bell. It'll let you know when I have new videos. And murder that like button. Make sure to follow me on all my social media at EpicStewieTube, Twitter, Instagram, Patreon, Facebook. Follow me there. We're going to have more discussions. I let you know what kind of videos I'm doing ahead of time. Patreon especially. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. I'll see you guys again next week with a brand new video. And remember, fam, stay woke. Bye, guys.